goddamn bodybuilding is fun. So there are many things, but let's start with like the greater umbrella, which is muscle worship. So on Netflix a little while ago, there was a documentary called Killer Sally. And it was a very true story. Interviews, like mini docuseries, about Sally McNeil and her husband, Ray McNeil, if I'm not mistaken, his name was Ray. And their 2 kids. And it was actually very much focused on the world of muscle worship because they both participated in that. And the idea is more so with women, but you'll get like these rich, for lack of a better term, like frail CEOs, leaders of companies, or like very high, very wealthy people, people in authority who will pay women who are physically larger, stronger than them in a variety of ways for nothing sexual.
Okay.
It is, but not to have sex with them. Like it just fulfills a fetish of being dominated.
Okay.
So you'll have these people reach out and make considerable offers, like generous offers for women to come and like pose for them, wrestle them, do all these things. As far as I'm aware, and I actually know, I very much know somebody who was involved with this. It's not at all sexual. They didn't have to get naked.
Okay.
It was just they want you to squeeze their head with their thighs and like some really like
yeah, not at all sexual.
Not at all sexual. Not weird at all. It's just very like your average like Thursday night or whatever, head into the weekend. You just need to pick me up. Or put me down, I guess. Better way to put it. So I don't know how it works. I've never been a part of it. I'm pretty cool with that.
You said you've never been a part of it multiple times. It's a little suspect.
I've had offers though. And
Really?
Unfortunately I said no every time.
Now, I assume the people offering you were also guys.
I can only confirm one, but I
Okay.
guarantee yes. The only one I can confirm is the one who actually approached me in person at a show. And this is actually let's say it's 2019. Because it was the second show I ever won. And I went outside to, like after prejudging, like you have some downtime. So my thing was I'd go out, get like IHOP or something, make my way back. So I walked off stage, got my stuff together, walked out of the venue. And this was in Teaneck, New Jersey at the Marriott, which is like this gorgeous venue that they have. Really popular shows there, like better competition, larger crowds. And as I'm walking out, I hear somebody call my name. And I look over and it's just like, oh my God. Like it was like the background just like faded to like this white glow. And I just saw this man and I was like, here the fuck it comes. So, cause I knew exactly what was going on. Old man, frail, cherry cheeked, way too fucking happy to see me. I don't know this guy, but he knows me by name. He comes over and he's got this very soft voice.
He knows you by name.
He does. And he told me, it's like, oh, Rob, like I've been following you and I saw you on stage. Oh, you look so great. And I'm just waiting.
Oh, and the fact that he's not a ripped guy, you're like, oh, I know what this is.
I think because like he fit the perfect image of what I've always seen from like leaked images and other things like that, like of what these people tend to look like. Spot on. And like weird stuff like this, like I'm always so into. Like I love bad dates. I love bad experiences. Like I love all this fun stuff. And this was about to be like a very weird thing. And he introduced himself, Dean. He's a fan of mine. He's been keeping up with me. And he started off real nice, like just to kind of like butter me up. He's like, do you mind if I just get like a picture or something? And I think to myself, like, okay, like I'm right in the entrance. There are plenty of people around. And there's absolutely nothing he could possibly have on his phone that he didn't already grab on stage. Like my posing suit, whatever. Like I prepare for this. That's the whole point of it. That's a concept. So I was like, okay, like let me see what this is going to evolve to. Cause it can't just be as innocent as that. So I was like, okay, man, I'll play this game. So I just dropped my pants real quick. I'm in my suit. Again, very public setting. I had actually just been in my suit outside posing for a photographer, like a real photographer, the day prior. I had worked with him, ran into him. He just wanted to take some pictures, like a quick shoot for free, put him on his page, give them to me. This guy was not a real photographer. I knew that. And I take a picture for him and he asked for another picture. And I was like, okay, like these are standard poses that I just did on stage. I'm okay with that. And so I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm going to go now. He's like, oh, you mind just one more? I was like, okay, it hasn't gotten weird yet. Let's keep going. And he like kind of like points to like nods over to a tree. He's like, you mind just like going over there and just like leaning against that tree? And I was like, nah, dude, this is what I've been waiting for. Thank you so much.
I'm assuming wood is already involved.
Wood is probably already, I mean, old Viagra and all that stuff. So he's probably pumping it good. Unfortunately, so here's where he went wrong though.
Okay.
There was no like monetary value associated with this pose. If it would have been like, I got $50 cash, I'd be like, let me see the $50.
You're like putting up to the light.
I got a marker. Let me check it's real. These are very expensive shows. I could use some money. He failed to do that, so I failed to accommodate him. So pants on, got out of there, left, and I was like, thank God that like was exactly what I was hoping for, because this is going to be a great story on a random podcast like several years later with a friend. So that was like the only time I've actually had that in person. I've actually somehow received an email, and I don't understand how they got my email. But this one, I presume male, offered me $1,700 a month to send him posing videos or like get on a webcam with him.
Okay.
And pose for him. And he made it very explicit. I'm sorry, explicit? He was very specific, rather, to say that it would not be naked. It would not be nude. He just wanted me in my posing suit, other things. And if I'd be willing to sell like used suits, used underwear, used socks. Like they like the used stuff, like that scents and whatever stuff like that. And it usually goes for a good rate. Like you can get like $50 or whatever for like a suit or 150, whatever. Like they'll make you an offer and you can counter offer. Never went through it. Unfortunately, I'm too like sentimentally attached to my posing suits, and I'm not really trying to give those away to somebody who's going to do something like exceptional with them. So
something exceptional,
just let it run wild with the imagination. Like,
dude, I'm gonna call jacking off exceptional for the rest of my life.
I hope that's all they do.
What would be worse than that? Wearing them themselves.
Like,
that would suck.
Know. It would, yes. Like
that's disrespect. Jack off while holding them if you want, but don't put them on. You haven't earned the right to wear the drawers, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a very like sad thought.
Dude, you're a better man than me. If someone offered me thousands of dollars for my clothes, now.
So I'll let you finish up because yes, this actually sounds good. So I want to see where you're gonna go.
So well, no, I was just wondering, and this isn't the most ethical way to go about it, but there's no way for them to know that those are the actual clothes that you wore. Could you buy clothes that look like the clothes that you wore and sell them? But is that, Rob, do you feel like that's wrong?
It's deceptive.
They're fucking perverts, Rob. Who cares?
No, I just knowing that I've done that wouldn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
Cause like I'm cool with like some like weird stories, like a weird interaction I'm all right with, but like to ever like sit there in my head and think like I just sold somebody like my used underwear, like I wouldn't be able to get over that.
Yeah,
like as like stupid and like seemingly harmless as that is, like I couldn't do that. Like I don't have much dignity, but like that's where. That's where it kind of crosses the line for me.
I'm laughing thinking about that's how you respond to this guy. You're like, listen, I don't have a whole ton of dignity, but I have just enough that I'm not going to sell you my used underwear.
Just enough to say no.